there I come see suddenly these yellow benches for Juden in big bold letters. And then there was another incident, namely in a nearby on the Kurfürstendamm, which was a very elegant street in Berlin, were glass-encased billboards with great big things of caricatures of what a Jew is supposed to look like on the Stürmer, a Nazi newspaper. So you came upon these great big things.
One day at dusk, and I emphasize at dusk because I was never able to come out during daylight hours from fear that someone in the area would recognize, hey, who are these people on that farm that were never there? So at dusk, Klaus told me to get a wheelbarrow and a shovel. There was just 100 feet or so away a small forest, and we started to dig in the rise. After a day and a half, we ended up with a 3 by 3 by 6 foot hole, a cave, if you will. Klaus cut down some trees out of the area, made a roof over the top, made like a trap door with the twigs of the areas, and you could stand in front of it and never actually know where you were. And so now when the trucks came, Mom and I would run out the back of the farm, crawl into this particular hole, this cave, and it was a very scary experience that I remember very well for a number of reasons. One, on numerous occasions, dirt came trickling down the side, and I was always afraid that the thing would cave in. But more importantly, since Klaus made this door in the front, made out of twigs, I could not see out. The cave being only about 100 feet from the farm, we could hear the soldiers ransacking the farm. And knowing that I was being hunted, I didn't know, is it this time that they're going to come get me? I didn't know if they were coming or not. Fortunately, all the times we were in there, they never did come out to the forest.
And I was going to be like a nanny and keep the house clean. I was very lonesome, and of course I didn't have any family to talk to. I didn't have any friends. I was staying in the house. I never went outside. And many, many nights I was crying upstairs in my room. But there was no other choice, and they saved my life while I was staying with them.
Kristallnacht started on the evening of the 9th of November, 1938. I went to school in the morning with my brother, but we were immediately sent home. There was a man in our living room with my dad, and he took him away. He was gone for 6 weeks. And during that 6-week time, I didn't know where he was. He came back on the 23rd of December, 1938, 6 weeks later, beaten up, smelling terribly. He was a mess, shaved head, no hair on his head. And that was a good camp. It was Sachsenhausen, north of Berlin, one of 3 camps operating in Germany.
That Nazis constantly took Jews away to labor camps, concentration camps, and a young lady, she was 17 years old, Christian lady. Her name was Julia Simchuk. She worked in a police station in February 1942 when she overheard a conversation between the Gestapo and the Ukraine police that they're about to pick up my father. Early morning, she ran through deep snow to warn my father to run for his life. And because of this young Christian girl risking her life, I'm alive today. Myself, my mother, my brother, and the Jewish teacher found space with the parents of Julia Simchuk, who in February risked her life. In October, her parents risked their lives to take our family in. The people that took us in were not the elite. They were poor people. My father prepared food for 3 months. for 6 months, but the food was gone after 3 months. And we were cut down to one meal and would be sent up to us at night. I was so hungry. And the piece of bread that we got, I ate it right away. My younger brother would save it so he could eat it later. But I was so hungry. So he would nap, and I started nibbling away on his bread. Before long, I ate it. And when he would wake up, I would tell him a story that the mice ate it, because we had mice all over. They weren't afraid of us. But one time he caught me reaching for his bread, and he started crying. And my mother got very angry with me. She said, "What kind of animal did I raise? How could you take the little piece of bread from your own brother?" Because we were all starving. And I got very angry at my mother. And I said, "Mom, look at me. I have blue eyes. I'm blonde. Why am I in this place?"
My mother she wasn't Jewish and didn't wear a star and could travel, was coming around the camp. She knew that I'm working outside, especially in summer. And she couldn't talk to me. She couldn't even make like, here I am. Sometimes I don't think that I even saw her. She was coming and trying to see that I'm alive and that I'm okay.
I had many Jewish friends, but my best friend was a non-Jewish boy, Walter. And one day come my best friend to me and said, "Klaus, I can't play with you anymore." I said, "What are you talking about? We're the best of friends. We never had an argument. What's going on with you?" He said, "Wait, I'll tell you the truth. I have to join the Hitler Youth like anybody else. And if anybody sees me playing and going out concerts or movies, go out as a Jewish boy, my parents might lose their business." Here I lost my best friend and buddy, Walt, because he had to join the Hitler Youth and I was Jewish. And it was a big shock for me. And when I came home, I met my wife the first time in 28 months. She didn't know I was alive and I didn't know she was still alive. We both made it somehow.
We were so glad that finally we arrived someplace and we can get out of the train and breathe some fresh air. So we got down then we had to stand right away, 5 in a row, and then they yelled out, "Separate the woman and separate the man." And at that point, they took my brother away. And my mother was devastated that they are taking the son away. And of course, by that time, my mother was very, very weak already. So he sent my mother on his left and me on the right. And I ran after my mother again, and they pulled me back, and they said, she will go to shower, I will go to shower, and we're going to be together again. So I hugged my mother, and I kissed her, and I said, "Mom, I'll see you later." But of course, I have never seen my mother again. A-17170